Donald Trump has delivered a stark personal message to Kim Jongun, saying North Korea will face disaster unless he gives up his nuclear ambitions. Speaking in front of lawmakers at South Korea's National Assembly, the U.S. president offered a brighter path if Pyongyang abandoned its weapons program, leaving the door open to diplomacy, but also warned that the U.S. was prepared to use military means if necessary. The weapons that you are acquiring are not making you safer, they are putting your regime in grave danger, he said. Every step you take down this dark path increases the peril you face. Trump has spent 2 days in South Korea as part of his 12-day tour of East Asia. Addressing Kim directly, he said, "Despite every crime you have committed against God and man, the U.S. was prepared to resolve the crisis diplomatically." Trump tour map: "We will offer a path to a much better future," he said. "It begins with an end to the aggression of your regime, a stop to your development of ballistic missiles, and complete, verifiable and total denuclearization." But Trump also issued a warning to the regime, saying, "Do not underestimate us. Do not try us." He said the U.S. would not tolerate threats to its cities and would not be intimidated. "North Korea is not the paradise your grandfather envisioned, it is a hell that no person deserves," he told Pyongyang. Trump gave a blistering assessment of life inside the reclusive dictatorship, highlighting a host of human rights abuses including forced labor, arbitrary detentions and famine. Park Jong-un, a lawmaker who attended the speech, said it's good that he didn't make any comments that will enrage North Korea. Of course, North Korea will feel offended because of Trump's focus on human rights abuses, but he did not make any specific threats against Kim. Park added that he was hoping to hear more about improving communication between South Korea and the U.S., saying he was worried about the U.S. acting unilaterally and dealing with North Korea. Trump said the world would not tolerate the menace of a rogue regime and further nuclear provocations. He also called on China and Russia to help resolve the nuclear crisis by downgrading diplomatic relations with Pyongyang and severing all trade ties. China is North Korea's most important diplomatic ally and largest trading partner, and Trump has long said Beijing holds the key to controlling Kim's regime. After speaking in Seoul, Trump flew to Beijing, where he will meet Xi Jinping on Thursday on the next leg of his tour. "It is our responsibility and our duty to confront this danger together," he said. "The longer we wait, the greater the danger grows and the fewer the options become." But in a briefing on board Air Force One, senior U.S. officials admitted efforts to open a dialogue with North Korea had been discouraging. Any discussions where it was not open to giving up its nuclear weapons were a non-starter, a White House official said, adding that any agreement must include inspections. Before the speech, Trump was forced to abandon a surprise visit to the demilitarized zone separating South Korea and North Korea. A heavy fog prevented the president's helicopter from landing on a trip that was meant to show support for U.S. allies in the region and has been a tradition of past presidents. Min Pyong-do, a lawmaker in the ruling Democratic Party, said of Trump's speech he had some tough words, but the real message is that there is a path to peace through dialogue. He reassured us and the world that the alliance with South Korea is strong and that will go a long way to calming the people's fears here. The U.S. president has struck a more conciliatory tone during his 2 days in South Korea, placing greater emphasis on diplomatic efforts. He said there was progress in resolving the North Korean nuclear crisis during a press conference on Tuesday, but declined to give details. The same day, North Korea showed little sign of giving up its nuclear program. A commentary in the mouthpiece of the ruling Workers' Party said, "We will further bolster our nuclear, treasured sword of justice if the U.S. continues hostile acts."